Hello, bachcho. Let's see the question. So the question says, which of the following enzyme is used to join DNA fragments? So इन चारों ऑप्शंस में से हमें वो एंजाइम आइडेंटिफाई करना है जो डीएनए फ्रैगमेंट्स को ज्वाइन करने में हेल्प करता है. So the key concept in this question is to firstly understand the enzyme which is responsible for DNA fragment joining. So this is a fairly easy question, and the enzyme which is responsible for joining of the two DNA fragments is known as DNA ligase. So if the DNA results in the separation, or if there is any nick in the DNA, then DNA ligase is the enzyme which can join the two separated DNA fragments. So this is an important enzyme and is responsible for the joining of DNA fragments. Now, DNA ligase is an enzyme, so therefore it catalyzes the formation of phosphodiester bonds between two nucleotides. So the formation of the phosphodiester bonds between the end nucleotides of two DNA fragments results in the joining of the two DNA fragments. Therefore, DNA ligase is the enzyme which catalyzes this process of formation of phosphodiester bonds between the two DNA fragments, which results in joining of these fragments. Now, DNA ligase plays a major role in DNA replication. So during DNA replication, the lagging strand is formed in the form of Okazaki fragments. So the lagging strand is not formed in a single DNA fragment, but instead it is formed in several Okazaki fragments. Now, these Okazaki fragments need to be joined together at the end of DNA replication so that the entire lagging strand can be present. So, this joining of the Okazaki fragments after DNA replication is done by the enzyme DNA ligase. So DNA ligase plays a major role during DNA replication for the synthesis of the lagging strand during DNA replication. So now if we see the options given over here, then the first option says terminase. So terminase won't be the answer because it is an enzyme which is responsible for the packaging of the viral genome. Now, the second option is endonuclease. Now, endonuclease is an enzyme which is responsible for the cutting of the DNA into fragments from the middle region of the DNA. So, it is not responsible for joining DNA fragments, but instead it is responsible for cutting the DNA into two DNA fragments. So, therefore, this won't be the correct answer as well. Now, the third option says ligase. So this will be the correct answer because DNA ligase is the enzyme which is responsible for joining the two DNA fragments, that is to ligate or join the two DNA fragments. Now the fourth option says DNA polymerase. So this enzyme is also not responsible for joining DNA fragments, but instead it is responsible for the synthesis of DNA strand by addition of nucleotides. So again, this is not the answer. So therefore, our final answer for this given question is option 3, that is DNA ligase is the enzyme which is responsible for joining the DNA fragments. So this is our final answer. Hope you understood this well. Best of luck. Thank you.